What would you know? What would you know? What would you know? Here's my arm. What's this? How do we know? We have no idea. Three of these. What do you think if each one was a pig nose 666? You know what these three do? Take a look. This is what they do. That's it. This is the reason you have three. Each one of them has two holes, in and out. It doesn't matter what you want to do. Each one of these gets cut in half. Okay, two goes in between one all the time. Otherwise, it can't pass. You want to see something else about this? This is what you call 4-in-1. Okay? This is what you would call 2-in-1. One passes between two. But the circle itself is a 6. You pass between the 6 areas, 360 degrees of 60. Why 60? 5-in-1, 4-in-2, 3-in-3 of two hands. One hand. That's it. What do you want to do with one hand? What can we do with one hand? Now we're going to go on. We're going to talk about this. We're going to understand what 666 is. Okay? 666 is what you do with one hand. What else would you like to do with 666? We're going to give you a formation of numbers. 1 to 12. Why 1 to 12? Because when we speak, I'm only going to talk about what the French and the English do in their numbers. You make your own decision. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. How many 13s are there? Is it the 13th? Time heaven, heads or tails, 8 to 8. What does 8 to 8 means? It means 80, 20, 80. 80 and 20 is 100, 20 and 80 is 100, 80 and 80 is 160, and 20 is 180 degrees of what one can do. One of everything. Spin it around. One little arm on one side spun all the way around gets 360 degrees from an arm. If you extend the arm on the other side, you're doing 360 degrees in half a turn. If you're doing one this way, which is -1, if you're doing one this way, a standing one, you say -1, automatically this is what -1 is. This is 1, and this is the minus. Right away you made a plus. 1 and 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. You got a plus. -1 minus 1 is equal. You got 1 on each side. What are you reading into? Who is teaching you? What do you want to learn? What is your question? You're watching somebody teach you something. What is he actually teaching you? What is he telling you? Where are you going to use these numbers? I can take my numbers and equations and you tell me where, because that's where I can go with them. So we're going to talk about 13, 14, 15, and 16. That is a combination. Now, it's in the teens. Is it T-E-E-N or is it in the teens? Plural meaning more than one teen? Or when I say 13, right, is it actually saying 3 teens? Because when I get to 16, 17s, right, 17s would be plural. That would mean the S has to add on to the word teen. Teen equals to 20 plus 10 plus 14 equals to 44. 20 add 6, but 20 add 6 to one world, to 2 worlds, because the 6 comes from 3 and 3, 6. A 3, 6 means the center of the 5. A 6, 0 means the totality of the circle equaling to all areas of 6. So when we go to 13 equals to 13, or in French, they say treize. But they do, they treize, 12. We change at 12 to 13. They stay the same. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. They stay the same. Why? Because here is the background of something. We put nothing on top of it, okay? And they become one. One gives life to the other one. With this one is bringing life. Once this one brings life to this one, they extend the life. They both have the same life now. Now one needs a life return line. So when they say 13, it's 44, but in English, it's 3 teens. But they only say it in French. They only start to say it in French when they get to 17. Okay, because they say 17, which means 10, 7. So that means when we reach that area of 10, 7, you will now say 7 times 19. And the reason you say 7 times 19 is because teen equals to 44, but it's now 7 teens. So it's 7 times 44, which is 32 and 280, which is 312, the reverse of ABC, plus add the S at the end, which is now equal to 19. 7 times 19 for the S equals 70, plus 9 is 63, is 133, and because 70 equals 70, it says add 6 for the 0 as 70, so the 133 would be 139. And because in French it says 60. And then it says 10, which says 2 areas of 6, 2 worlds of O and O. The same thing is repeated at 80 and 90. 2 worlds of O and O. 80 et 10. 6 and 6. So add 12 to the 133 equals 145. 1 area of 45. An area of 45 is LOSHU. Okay? An area in LOSHU means LOSHU is a circle. When you turn it, all the numbers turn their place but remain the same. Okay? We're going to go through the numbers from 1 to 12. Why is it 12? Because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. After that, it's 13. It already told me it's a teen. Cut it off. It's not a 12. TW43, the DC combination in there, the W, and this is half a W. When you create it, you'll be creating and connecting the second side. We have been sliced. This line is 153. It says ace, 5, 5, and 3, and 1. Okay, but it says 1 of 5 and 3. Here's your 5 area. Here's your 3, electric company. Earth, creation inside Jupiter. The second row gives you 162. That is the queen. 216 equals 9 days and 24 hours. It's part of the Mayan cycle. We can get to that another day. In the third row, 1, 4, and 7, okay, in which I counted down to 12, and I started 13 and counted backwards up. And then I counted from the top down. So I went up, down, up, down. You flip it up, you flip it down. You flip it up, you flip it down. And you have to run the poles down. On this angle, not this angle. This angle, you need this angle to get all 4 sides, this side and this side on both sides of the 5. So we come down to the last level at 180. 171 is 9, the gateway of the piano, the beginning of gematria. Okay, I told you, Chaldean, you only go to 8 because the 9th position, you have the circumference on the outside, but this is the circle. Instead of having this circle on the outside of man's life, they put it on the inside and expand 8 into the 9th position. That's why they go 70 et 90 in French. That's why they start in 13 in English, and in French it's 13 and 12. But in English it's 12 and 13. You add the teen, 44. But they're all into the TH family, because the minute you hit 4, it's fourth. It's TH, the sound. You do know that the standardization of the sound says standard death. STNDRDTH. ST, ST, T, ND. ND second, standard death. So we have this, the total is 666. For this 0, I put a 6 here, it gives me 672. 7286, and that gentleman I just watched his video, he's showing me the same numbers. The 4 will always revert to an 8 or a 6. It's 4 and 4, it's 3 and 3. Opens up the gateway for this 2. The crisscross between the 86 brings you to 77, but we're not going to talk about that. This is the gateway. 7 of 2 circles of 4 and 4 areas of this division on each one. You play from a corner. There's, look, 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. You play from a corner, there's only 3 corners left, but there's still 4 corners. Now, if you turn the book this way, it's another one. Now, we're going to take this LOSHU style. First of all, I didn't add down here. 1, 4, 7 equals to 11. Plus 10 equals 21. That is the cube. Add on 6 equals 27. 6 times 3, 6 plus 3 is 18, and 9, 27. I just want to go back over here. Where over here we had at the end 171, 180. Okay, 180 equals 9. Okay, 0 equals 6 because 8 and 1 to the left, or 8 and 0 to the right. 8 and 0 equals 14. 8 and 1 equals 9. 14 equals 5. 9 is 9. 9 to 5. But in this scenario, 0 equals 6, 9 equals 9, the rotation of 9, 6, 9, 9, 9, 6, 27, and 15. This 15 turn it around, equal it to 6. 27 and 6, 33 of Christ. Why? Because the center of this, or the center of this, is 3 and 3. Do you see the way this works? We need 2 and 1. We take this, we connect two sides, and we split it down here. Let's go on to something a little bit different. Here's the number rotation of the roulette. Okay? There's other ways to play this. And it's right there on the floor. You see that? That design of that special red yellow? That's a roulette wheel in a 1D formation. I have furthered it. Don't forget, the 3 little pigs, okay, had 6 nostrils in their nose in the last brick house. So the wolf had them surrounded. The wolf is number 65. Okay, the pigs are 977, 2 gateways to the 1 birth. And there's a radio station that was just knocked off by the bell. So we might have a radio station, a big radio station on our side, I'm not sure. But anyways, let's continue on to these numbers. Okay, this one over here, we found out what happens. We get 180, 666. Then we have the 6 over here becomes 672. 7 times 6, 7 plus 6 is 55. Jupiter, Jupiter. 7 by 2, 7 plus 2 is 23. 23 will now create 11. 55 will create 35. 35, 3 by 5, 3 plus 5 is 23. 7 by 2, 7 plus 2 is 23, creating 11, 11 out of 666. All because you have to remember, the circle counts as a value. So we're going to count here, 21, 2, 5, 8, which equals to 15, and 11, 26, 26, okay? 3, 6, 9, 18, plus 12 equals to 30, creation equals 36. So 21 equals 3. This one is 26 equals 8, 3, 8, 9, the house of Christ. 3 and 8 is the church, excuse me. The church, the game of Monopoly is 40 because of this. You stretch out, you take 4 corners of a square, you put a dot into each corner, and you take 1 corner at a time, you stretch out, go over 2 and up 1 in the same block. Then go like this, up 2 and down 1, and then you go straight down. Then you have to make your eyes on this. This is the roulette wheel. This will total 666. This is 4, this is 8, this is 3. This is 7, plus 6 is 13, this is 4, 4, 4. This is 2, this is 6, 4, 2, 6. This is 7, this is 5, this is 6. 7, 5, 6 is 18. 4, 2, 6 is 12. 4, 8, 3. 4 and 8 is 12. 15. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to do this in LOSHU. Okay, this adds up to 4 in LOSHU, but it's in the 1 position. 1 position is over here. We put LOSHU number 4. This number goes down over here because the LOSHU world's like this. So everything moves. You see this is up in the 1 position, but now really on this dice, if I turned it, see the dice that I turned? See the corner follows it? Corner follows it. So, but it's still in that position. Then we add on corners to this because it's on an angle, so it doesn't fall over. We have to put bookends so it can lean on it, like the pyramids. Okay? So this one goes into this position. The second position here is played over here. This equals 8. Second position equals 8. This is the third position. The third position is over here. 6 and 6 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. This is the 5th position over here. The 5th position is in the center. It equals 2. We put 2 into the center. This is 6. The 7th position is plane number 6. So we put the number over here as, wait a second, this should be 6 over here where the 10 is. Hold on a second. Six is in this is the 6th position. Number 7 plays there. Number 7 gets 6. This is the 7th position. Did I do that right? This was the 2nd position. It went here. This is the 7th position. No, this is the 6th position. It goes here. The second, yes, this one was right. Okay, this was right. Now this one, okay, is in the 8th position. The 8th position goes here. 8 and 6 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. Now we're going to go, this is the 2nd position where 9 goes. This is 9. 9 and 6 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. Change it to 6. Okay, So where the 1 position was, okay, over here, this was the 1 position, it gets 4. It goes over here. So LOSHU, I'm hoping that I have all this right, because now I'm going to show you in my next video how no number actually passes 6. And the reason for that, because in French, when they say, okay, 60, okay, excuse me, when the first classification of numbers, okay, when 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus 1, 2, 3, minusing the original 1, 2, 3, and putting it after 4, 5, 6, making it 6, 7, and 8. And making it 7, 8, and 9. Start off at 6, and put after 6, number 1. That would be 7. Then after 6, put 2. That would be 8. Then after 6, put 3. That would be 9. 1, 2, 3 starts from the other side. The total is 12. That's the reason of the 12. And I can sit down and talk about it. I can tell you about the cat's whiskers. What I'm trying to do here is take the numbers in regular numbers, in regular design, and redesign this to the LOSHU world on this angle, but square. So we're going to do this one more time. Where this is the 1 position, it goes here. This is the 6th position, it goes here. No, this is the 1 position, it goes here. This is the 6th position. 6th position has to go here. So that would be 6. This is the 7th position. It goes here. That would be 10. This is the 8th position, which would be 5. 8th position goes here, 5 goes here, and the 6 goes here where it's played over here, so it's going here. So here's the answer. 7 and 6 is 13, and 8 is 21. 3 and 2 is 5, plus 10 is 15, or 7, because all 10s equal 7. So 7 and 5 is 12. So this would equal to 3. This would equal to 3. 6, 5 and 4 is 9. 9 and 6 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. 3, 3, 6. 7, 3, 10. 8 and 4 is 12. 10, 12 is 22. And 8 is 32. Is 30. 36. And 7 is 43. This is DC, the DC world. LOSHU was made for the lower world, for them. What is this? What happens to 1? East-west 1, north-south 1. We split the first circle in half, and then we split it in half again into 4 pieces. Anyways, I explained to you how the numbers work. Here's one of the reasons for 666, the 3 pi holes. 0 equals 6, 0 equals 6, 0 equals 6, 0 equals 6. But this world is a completion. If you start on Go in Monopoly, you don't come back to Go unless you get 40. But 39 is the 3 worlds. You only get to go 19, 19, 19 in the 3 worlds, because in French they say 19 3 times. The last 19 is the other world. We begin at minus. 10 is the 0 center. It's 101. You connect this side and that side. Okay? This side you go all the way to 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Back into the center because they're split in half. See, I showed you it's split in half. 0 all the way to 16. It's 1, 2, 3. And then it's the 4th all the way to 16th. And then it cuts off again. Well, it stops at 12, and then the 13 comes in. And then it cuts off again at 16 and restarts at 17. What they're doing is they're putting the worlds 17, right? 17 should be under 19, because in French, when they say, they're telling you 60, which means the world circle of 6, or 80, we're talking about the 2 circles of 6. It says 10, which means the 10, because everything starts at 10. It's 10 and above, not 10 below. 10 above or 10 below, if you're talking in Celsius, it's 32 plus 10 is 42 minus 2 equals 40. But minus 40 and minus 40 equals to 0. And that's your Celsius and Fahrenheit. We must use all the combinations and possibilities in order to find what we're searching for. Not really, in fact, that way, but we have to find the equations that will work. One last thing I want to show you is that when you start the piano, A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 4, 8, 12. That's the reason I did these numbers, 4, 8, 12, designated hitter. I did it because of this over here. Is that it? No, I did it because of this. Okay, this is a piano code 313 that I created. I created out of the basic thought that Why did they say center C? So they said center C because it's CD. So then I figured D would take the position in between C, D, and E, in which the G is that when it reconnects, it's its first H. GA, which actually be the first H. H and A is the first time the A actually connects inside something, because giving yourself a center to something as the worm is nothing until it goes in the middle of something else, and the A gets to join the other world. So it becomes GH, and the H shows you the separation and the height, and in the between there's two dot spaces for the A. So what's in between the two dot spaces? The line that crosses between this and this, because those lines are in between this line and this line. That's actually a 6 and a 6. I create the 9, 10. Okay, you bring the 10 within me, I create the 9. I become like you when I open my big fat mouth. So when you come in here and do this, CHD 384, 384, these last three combinations, CHD, I9, because once you get to AB, it's always ABC. Remember ABC. So if you do ABC with F, 6 plus 1, 6 plus 2 plus 6 plus 3, you get the I. You end up with child. To get the gold or the salmon to swim upstream, I'm still deciding on spirit and the way the fire runs up inside of our body in order for us to think. You get the TH, the time heaven, and the gold of the time heaven is ROTH is actually 120. The 15 balls that roll in pools, 7 and 7 with the 8 in between, using the cue ball. Comes out the Rothschild. And this is only the beginning of decoding the piano, because there's 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. First you run it 52 numbers, then you run it the other way, then you start it in the center. You go 1, 2, 3. You can go 6, 1, 3, but if you go 6, 1, 3, you go in the center 1, 1, 2, in the center 2, 2, 4, in the center 3, 3, 6. Because once in your center, if you go to the left, you go to the right, you have to keep the balance. But if you're starting on the left, you can do something else. If you're starting on the right, you can do the same thing. You're just turning it around and turning it on the side, and numbers become different when they're all the same, but you're on the wrong side. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. The reason for 666 is because 10 and 20 equals to 30. 0, 0, 0 make the three worlds of 666. Within those three worlds, you come into the corner. You create the 40. Because of you, we need the reflection. It automatically has 80. And now 80 is going to say 10 and 7, 10 and 8, 10 and 9, 18, 18, 18, 17, 17, 17. Because it has to be a multiple of 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. 1 you get the same, 0 all you get is the circle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. In reality, the 4 is the circle. Because 4 by 9 is 36, so with 4 points, you make that circle. So only in 4 can 3, 2, 1 exist. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus, where 7 comes from. Thank you.